Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. And in today's video we're going to be learning how to make an AI integration inside of our Discord server. So for example, we can type in a command like !ask, and we can ask for a specific Discord command by typing in what is anything you want, like what is 1 plus 1, and our AI should give us an answer. As you can see, we have script typing right there, and our answer should be spit out right here. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2, and you can ask it anything you want just by typing in the keyword !ask. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first thing we're actually going to need to do is, now that we are in our IDE, we're going to need to install two certain modules. And the first module we're going to need to install is the Discord module, which we're going to use to actually create our Discord bot. And the second module we're going to use is the Open AI module, which we're going to use to actually communicate to our main AI. And to install these modules, it's either you open your terminal and type in this pip command by typing in pip install discord.py just like this, then leave a space and type in OpenAI just like this. So you can run this inside of your terminal, but if you want to run it directly inside of your IDE, what you're going to need to do is type in import OS just like this, and type in os.system right here, and go inside of codes and type in the exact same pip command, and all you have to do is run your code and wait for it to finish installing, and you have the two necessary modules to actually get started with the video. Then now we're going to need to open our web browser. Okay, now that we are inside of our web browser, what we're going to need to do is go to our URL search bar right here, and all we need to do is type in Discord developer platform just like this and hit enter, and you should be taken to the Discord developer platform right here. You can click on this link and just click on that, and it should redirect you to the Discord developer platform. And when you're here, all you have to do is click on this login button right here and fill in your details. And once you log in, you should be taken to this URL right here, which is discord.com/developers/home. And once you're in this page, you should see, if you have any apps, you will see your apps right here. But if you don't, all you need to do is click on this button right here that says apps, and you should be redirected to this page right here. And what we're going to need to do is, if you already don't have an app, you can click on this button that says new application right here. And once you click on that, all you have to do is input the name of whatever you want it to be. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to call it Mellow, and click on, by clicking create, I agree to the Discord server terms and conditions, and click on create right here. And you should have your server created after you verify that you are not a robot. Okay, and right after you verified that you're not a robot, you should be redirected to this page right here, and this is where you can edit your bot from. So the first thing we're going to need to do is actually click on this OAuth 2 right here. Just click on that, and it should redirect you to this page right here. So what you're going to need to do is, in these checkboxes right here, you're going to need to check two main things, one being bot right here, and the other being the commands checkbox. So right after you check bot right here, you're going to need to check this right here, which says applications.commands, and you're going to need to scroll down and go to bot permissions and click on administrator right here, so that your bot can have all permissions of your Discord server. So what you're going to need to do is click on copy right here. This is your URL. Just click on copy that. And what you're going to need to do is open a new tab, paste the URL, and hit enter. Now this is going to ask you whether you want to authorize your Discord bot to be part of your Discord server. So when you've actually clicked on the URL right here, it's going to ask you to select a server right here. You can choose whatever server you want it to be connected to, and I'm just going to click on whichever server and click on continue right there. Then you'll see that it's asking for administrator permissions, and you can click authorize right there. And once you're done with that, it's going to ask you to verify if you're a human or not. Once you're done with the authentication, you should see this screen right here saying success. And what you're going to need to do is actually close that window right there and go right back to your developer portal. Now that we're here, we're going to need to click on this tab right here that says bot. We're going to click on that, and when we are taken to this page right here, we can choose your bot icon, your bot banner, and your bot username, but that won't be necessary for now. So the first thing we're going to need to do is scroll down and enable these three options right here, 1, 2, and 3, and make sure these are all checked, otherwise our bot may not work. So the other thing we're going to need to do is click on bot permissions administrator, so that it can have all these permissions right here, and click on save changes. Now that our bot actually is authenticated, what we're going to need to do is click on this button that says reset token right here. And once you do that, you're going to need to click on yes, do it. And once you click on that, you should be asked for a password if you have multi-factor authentication on. And once you're done with that, you should have your API key right here, and all you have to do is click on copy, because we are going to need this API key to continue creating our bot. Now that we're done with this, we're going to need to go back to our Python IDE and actually start writing our Python code. Now, before we actually get into our main Python IDE, we're going to need one more thing, which is our API key from OpenRouter. And this API key is what's going to allow us to actually communicate with our main AI service. And the first thing we're going to need to do is go to this URL search bar and type in OpenRouter. Make sure the spellings are right, just like this, openrouter.ai/workspaces/default keys. And what we're going to need to do is hit enter, and we will be redirected to this page right here. So what we're going to need to do once we're in this page is click on this button right here that says new key. So once we click on that, we're going to input our name. We can type in any chatbot name. We're just going to call it Discord bot. I'm going to call it Discord bot 2 because this is the second one I'm making, and click on create right there. And once you have it, all you're going to need to do is click on copy, and you have your API key copied. And now we can actually get into our main Open Router Discord bot inside of our Python IDE. Okay, and once you're back inside of your Python IDE, the first thing you're going to need to do is actually make a comment that has your Discord API right here, and make a comment that has your Open Router API right here. So right after this, we're going to need to import our modules, and the first module we're going to import is the Discord module by typing in import Discord right just like this. And the next module we're going to type in is from discord.ext. We're going to import something specific known as commands, which we're going to use to actually communicate with our Discord bot. And the last command, the last module we're going to need to import is from OpenAI. Just like this, we're going to need to import async OpenAI, which we're going to use to actually communicate between our AI and our Discord bot. Then right after this, we're going to need to make an instance variable and set instance equal to Discord, which is the module we imported, dot instance, just like this, with a capital letter I dot default and a set of parentheses right there. Then right below that, we're going to type in instance dot message underscore content is equal to true. And what these two lines of code do is actually allow us to give the bot access to the text messages that the users are able to send. Then right after this, we're going to need to initialize our main bot by making a bot variable and say bot is equal to commands, which is part of the module we imported, commands dot bot with a capital letter B right there, open and close parentheses. And then we're going to make something known as commands underscore prefix, and the commands prefix is basically set equal to anything you want it to be. I'm going to set it to be an exclamation mark right here, and right after this I'm going to add a comma and say instance is equal to instance, just like this. So essentially what our commands prefix is basically what our user is going to need to type to activate our bot, just like exclamation mark ask, then we type in what we want our AI to do, just like that. So you can set it to be anything you want. You can make it to be a backslash or a forward slash, anything you want, even an equal sign, but I'm going to leave it to be an exclamation mark, just like that. So once you're done with this, we're going to need to initialize our main AI client. So before we actually initialize our main client, I'm going to make a bot event by typing in at bot.event, just like this. Then I'm going to go below that and type in async, just like this. Then make a function def on underscore ready, which is a built-in function that comes in with the Discord module. So inside of our function on ready, I'm just going to print something like signed in as, then I'm just going to concatenate something like bot.user.name so that we can tell if our bot is actually active. So essentially what the onRun function does is when the bot is online, it's going to run this function so that the user actually gets to know if the bot is fully functional. So now to actually start with our main AI code, we're going to need to initialize our main AI client. So we're going to make an AI client variable by typing in AI underscore client, just like this. Then we're going to set it equal to async open AI, which is the module we imported, open and close parentheses. Then we're going to indent inside of these parentheses. And the first thing we're going to do is type in base underscore URL, which is the website that we got our API key from. And I'm going to set base URL equal to https // open router .ai /api /v1. So make sure this URL is exactly as I've typed it and add a comma right after that. And I'm going to type in API underscore key is equal to whatever your API key was. So we're going to go right below our AI client and we're going to make an @bot.command just like this, open and close parentheses, and this is our bot command function that actually calls for when our command is actually run for. So we're going to go right below this and type in async def ask. So as you can see, this ask keyword is highlighted. So when the user actually types in !ask, we are going to call for this specific bot command. So if you want, you can call this AI, and when the user types in !AI, that's when our bot command will be called. So we're going to open a set of parentheses, and the first thing we're going to pass in is CTX, which stands for context, and this is the information that our Discord bot is actually going to be outputting. So right after we declare our CTX right there, we're going to make a comma and type in an asterisk for a blank value, and right after that we're going to type in question, a set of right just like that, a full colon right there, and type str, which means our question is a string. So the first thing will be context, then right there an asterisk and a question variable, which is a string. Then I'm going to add a full colon right there and go directly inside of our function. So I'm going to type in async with, make sure these keywords are exactly as I've typed them, ctx.typing. So essentially what this function does is it's going to say that the bot is typing. So I'm going to go directly inside of this and make a try statement right here. So go into our try statement, and first we're going to get our response just like this, and we're going to set response equal to await, and make sure the await keyword is here so that this avoids any glitch look with our Discord bot. And we're going to say await underscore AI underscore client just like this, which is our AI client variable right there. So AI client dot chat dot completions just like that. Then I'm going to say dot create because we are making our own AI chat completion. Then I'm going to set open parentheses right there. I'm going to indent inside of the open parentheses and I'm going to type in model. So essentially our model is basically what we are going to be using to communicate. So I'm going to set model equal to blank as for now, because we still need to find a suitable module for what you desire to add to your Discord AI. Then add a comma right here and say messages just like this. And I'm going to say messages is equal to open and close brackets right there. Then I'm going to add a set of curly brackets, and the first thing I'll pass is role inside of quotes, add a full colon, and then the role is going to be the system, add a comma right after this. Then the content right here is going to be set equal to whatever you want your AI to behave like. You can say you are a helpful Discord AI named Mellow. You can call it whatever you want to call it. Then right after the curly brackets, add a comma and add another set of curly brackets. And the first thing you pass in is role again, but this time the role is going to be the user. Add a comma right after that, and the content this time is going to be question, which is what we passed right here, which is the string. So we can leave it just like this. Then right after this closing brackets, we're going to say AI underscore reply, and we're going to set AI reply equal to response, just like this, dot choices. Then we're going to pick our first choice by opening and closing brackets, and we're going to choose 0, which is choice 1, dot message, dot content, just like this. Then we're going to go right below this and make an if statement, and we're going to say if the length, which is len for short, of AI underscore reply, just like this, is greater than 2000 characters. So we're just going to say 2000. we're going to do something known as await. Make sure the keyword await is there, ctx.send, which is going to send our AI reply, open and close brackets, AI underscore reply, just like that. Then to make it shorter, we're going to add a set of brackets, a full colon, and how many characters we want it to be. We're just going to say 1990 characters, which means we removed 10 characters, just like that. Then we're going to go right below this and make an else statement, and if it's less than 2000 characters, we're just going to say await ctx.send AI underscore reply, just like that, without any errors. So in case we get any sort of error, we're going to go right below this, right below our try statement, and say except exception as E, just like this, which will spit out our exact error, and we're going to say await ctx.send, just like this. We're going to say failed to communicate with AI. So this is what the user that's on Discord is going to see. Then what's going to be output in the terminal, we're going to make a print statement with F right there, and we're going to say AI error. Then the error that's going to be spit out will be E concatenated inside of a set of curly brackets. Now, one thing to actually keep in mind is your bot will not run unless the Python script is continuously running. So in case you want it running 24/7, you're going to need to find a Discord bot host. And most of these are actually to pay for, but there are a few free ones that I'm going to link inside of the description. Now, as a final thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to leave this bot command right here and go to the absolute end of our Python code and type in bot, which is our bot variable right here, dot run, just like this. Then what we're going to need to add inside of these quotes is this bot API key that we got from the Discord developer program, and right here we have bot.run and with our API key right there. So all you're going to need to do now is actually start running your code, and once you have it running, you're going to need to go to your Discord server and actually test if it fully works. So as you can see right here, once you run your code, you should see this in the terminal right here, which you can see signed in as Melo, and we have this output right here. So all we're going to need to do now is actually go to our Discord server and see if it's actually working. And as a last part before we actually go to our Discord server, we need to fill in this model right here, this model variable, which we left blank. So the exact model that we are going to be using is this model right here, which is OpenAI slash GPT dash 3.5 dash turbo, which is one of the free models that are there with the OpenRouter website. So all you need to do is type this in right there, click save, and run your code just like this. All you need to do is click on start, run, and debug, and right here inside of your terminal you should see the first message right here, which is discord.client login in, and here you have right here signed in as Melo, which is the name that you have inputted. So now that it's online, all we have to do is go to our main Discord server. Okay, now that we are in our actual Discord server, all we have to do is actually test our AI. Now our AI is actually active right here. As you can see in the online tab right here, we have our AI online right here without any icon. So when you click on that, you have more details on your AI. So I'm just going to click on that to make it disappear. And the main command we did is the ask command. So I'm just going to add an exclamation mark ask right there, and I'm going to ask it a simple question. Let's say, what is the capital of, let's say, something like France, just like this. Hit enter and let's see what response we get. As you can see, Melo is typing right there, and our answer is the capital of France is Paris. So you can ask it whatever you want. You can ask it what is the capital of, let's say, something like Portugal, and send, and let's see what our AI is going to output. As you can see, Melo is typing and we got Lisbon right there. So this AI is actually applicable to everyone inside of the Discord server, and if you want it to only be admin controlled, I'm going to make a video for that to be specifically only for admin, and make sure to check out the video on how to make a fully functional Discord bot inside of Python for beginners, and make sure you visit this Discord link and actually visit Biscript for more tutorial videos like this, and I'll see you in the next video.